It has been a busy summer of 2016 here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. But today the focus is inside the HP Fieldhouse for the AAU Boys Basketball Championships. In the 17 and under consolation game, we begin with the Ohio Unity taking on the New York Lightning. And we welcome you courtside, everybody. Great to have you with us. Drew Felios alongside Jay Webb Horton. The Midwest takes on the East Coast in our first game today, Jay Webb, in what has been a fabulous tournament so far.
Hey, most kids are hanging at the beach. The young girls and young men who play AAU basketball, they want to get to the next level of college, WNBA or NBA. Going to see some great basketball this afternoon.
All right, let's dissect these New York Lightning, a team that is really based on their defensive tenacity. They've got 8th graders as well as guys that are going to be stars that are going to be seniors this year.
Well, you said 8th grade, Posh Alexander. Going into 9th grade, one of the stars. But New York City, not hard because that's where they play basketball, they'll tell you.
And then the Ohio Unity, players like number 1, Evan Coleman. What does he bring to the court?
Oh, he's got a high basketball IQ and a outstanding range with his jump shot.
The Unity made up of high character student athletes, all with tremendous GPAs, just great kids from top to bottom. There's Mr. Alexander, 5'8", part of the class of 2020. We're going to see his skills on display here this morning. And there's Mr. Coleman from Lakota East High School, getting several Division I looks here as he gets set to enter his final year as a high school student athlete. So the Unity of Ohio will be wearing the all-white uniforms, and the New York Lightning will be wearing the black. There have been games going on throughout the past week from right here inside the HP Fieldhouse, as well as just across the way in the Johnson Center. It has been one heck of a place to be as the first shot is down, and Eddie Puisis has his first three-pointer of the game.
Well, Eddie Puisis has shown he's got range, and let me tell you something. He will let it happen.
Lightning come right back. Shot is off and rebounded by Alec Holtree, who is the coach's son running the point for the Ohio Unity. Nice baseline drive there, and the rejection by Nathan Mensah.
But one of the things I think Ohio has to be careful of is the ability of New York to have a high sense of blocking shots.
Nice pass down the court and the lay-in, as running the floor was Raymond James finishing. And already the Unity out to the 5-0 lead.
Well, in order to beat length, you got to beat him up the floor, and Raymond James did that.
Turnaround is off there. Holtree, one of the toughest players on the court. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will belong to the Lightning. So the New York Lightning, hailing out of New York City, they practice in that Bronx area, Jay Webb, as Dingle can't connect on the three. But you know that this New York team, when you play basketball in New York, you're a tough player, and you know what it is like to put in the time, the hard time.
Well, the city is, you know, I mean, Rutgers Park. I mean, come on. Can you find any better basketball? Now, people in Philadelphia tell you there's better basketball there, but hey, New York City's a tough place to play ball.
30, stay
There's
up,
Troy
guys.
Holtree.
30,
he has been
up.
a head basketball coach for 21 years. And on the other side, Peter Way is the brand new head coach at Our Savior Lutheran High School in the Bronx. Let's listen in, though, to Coach Holtree on the sideline.
Keep running, okay? Let's go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
Yeah, Coach Holtree, 2 times, the Ohio Coach of the Year. Very decorated AAU coach over there on the sideline.
He's got some, how do you say, some accolades on his resume. Now, one thing the New York Lightning coaches said they wanted to do was play inside out. Right now, they've been perimeter.
So New York trying to get on track here. Jumper taken, and just a bit off. Oh, nice look, the touch pass, but he couldn't finish underneath. Mensah came up short. And there's a lid on the bucket here in the first few minutes for New York.
Well, New York right now, it seems as though there's a lid on their basket.
Now, this Unity team will play straight up man-to-man defense, really make you make decisions as Raymond James tips it out of bounds. We're going to play 4 8-minute quarters here. Halftime is abbreviated, only 5 minutes, so not a lot of time to rest.
Or for us to, get our usually daily hydration.
Alexander had it knocked away. And now the Unity attacking. This is Coleman. He can do it all for Ohio. He puts it in, and it's a 7-0 lead.
Well, see, Coleman is one of the guys that matches the length of the New York Lightning. So, but you notice him getting out on the floor and getting up and down the court with the layup.
Saw Peter Way shouting instruction to his Lightning. Right now they look a little bit confused. And we'll have a substitution, our first of the game. Jalen LeKay comes in, 6'3" guard.
Now, Coach was saying that Jalen LeClay is a type of guy that they really need to solidify their team sometimes. So he's sort of like a glue maker. Things are a little going everywhere. He sort of pieces them and ties them in.
First bucket by Jordan Dingle. And the Lightning are on the board. Nice ball movement now. It's knocked away, though. Alexander, this is the 8th grader, and he puts it in. He has got explosive speed.
Oh, I tell you what. He picked his pocket.
Now it's Coleman trying to face up. Raymond James was looking for the screen roll, but Coleman did not roll to the bucket, and we'll have another substitution as Danny Ashley now comes in, number 3 for the Lightning.
We'll see the big of the New York Lightning came out there and challenged the guard, Raymond James. He said, I better pass it. I'm going to get swatted.
This Ohio Unity team loves to play up-tempo, and they're not going to do a lot of things tricky, Jay Webb. They're going to play man-to-man, just kind of make the other team beat you. Here's Holtry leading the break. Nice pass, kicking it out. The three-pointer is there by Coleman. Rebounded and attempted by King. Another shot. This one doesn't go in either. Now it's Ashley, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Great job by Holtry.
Well, Holtry, absorbed the charge, but young guards, you've got to be aware. Hey, we'll look at here at the replay. You got to be aware who's defending you. Pull up, look to pass, or put up the jump shot.
Little plays like that that Holtry makes time and again has really established him as a leader on this Unity team. Now it's Coleman. Holtry again. Keep in mind there is no shot clock in AAU basketball, so you can keep it for as long as you want on the offensive end. Pluta can't connect that time, and a traveling call.
Well, once again, the rim protectors of the New York team negated a layup. See the coming down there, Drew. Look at, oops, rim blocked, and then took a little step.
This shot is good. That's a good-looking jump shot. Joel Mensah, who is going to be a junior at Redemption Christian Academy. He's a good-looking player.
That's a nice, sweet jump shot.
Game starting to get just a little bit physical. Ohio with the 1-point lead. Really interesting to see the contrast in styles between these two teams as well. The Ohio team wants to kind of grind you out. As that's a great take by Holtry, but they'll kind of dissect you. Meanwhile, New York just tries to overwhelm you with their defense.
They're going to overwhelm you with the defense and the athleticism.
Stick back is good.
Well, if it comes down to a rebounding battle because of the size and length, you would say advantage to New York, wouldn't you? That comes in, falls the shot, rebound, put back. But a nice penetration there by the New York Lightning.
Poultry will pull it up, and now he is hot. Alex Poultry out of Springboro High School, the coach's kid, playing well here in the first quarter. You know, you kind of watch Poultry play, kind of reminds you a little bit of Fred Hoiberg.
Fred Hoiberg, the mayor.
Chicago Bulls head coach.
Yes.
And there's a deep shot. That's LeKay, who right now is on fire. He has scored the last 3 field goals for New York.
Well, see, there's a reason the coach said, LeKay, get in there and play.
Coleman. Oh, nice cut. Poultry to the rim, puts it in.
I tell you, Poultry can play.
Bad pass out of bounds. Here's what we're talking about. Watch the cut here, Jay Webb.
You see, now he takes the move, shields, uses his body to shield the block, left hand off the glass.
I've kind of seen a different style from the kids that we've watched, Jay Webb, this entire week. What have you noticed about teams more so this year than probably we've seen in years past as far as how they play?
Well, one of the things, and we're seeing it here by the Ohio team, they are going to the hole. So many teams now are not going to the hole, and they're running down the floor and running to the 3. And it's nice to see a team like Ohio Unity who are saying, hey, we're going to go inside.
Yeah, very much can see the Steph Curry effect and what he has done, the influence he's had on youngsters in high school basketball. The style of play much different as a traveling called on Coleman, but we're seeing so many more teams that like to just come down and fire up the 3. The driving to the hoop is kind of becoming a lost art. Do you see that?
Well, might I remind young players, young girls and young boys, unless your name is Steph Curry, I would try to be yourself, because there's not many people that can shoot like that, are there? So it's okay to shoot the 3, but penetration, you can work inside out, and then you have a game that people just can't be one-faceted.
It's definitely become more of a wide open game. Now Raymond James leading the break. There's a great pass, and it leads to the bucket for the Ohio Unity.
We'll see there, once again, Raymond James sees the penetration, hits this open player for a layup. Well, good hustle there by the New York Lightning.
So the Lightning trailing early, got back into this game, but right now it's the Unity leading by 4. Drew Felios and Jay Webb Horton, good morning from the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Final seconds from what's been a exciting first quarter. Jalen LeKay has been doing it all for New York. That time, though, called for a travel as he got in the lane.
See, once again, I think that the Lightning should be pounding that ball inside and taking advantage of their length, because their jump shots right now aren't going.
Final seconds, and now Coleman.
He's got good length.
That'll do it for an up and down first quarter. So Peter Way has got to be pleased with his team. Did not start strong, but about midway through the quarter started to get it together. And for the Ohio Unity, it was all Alec Poultry. He had a fabulous first quarter doing it all.
Well, this is a highlight film here of Poultry. See him now shielding, going off the glass. Nice move there. Cuts to the hole, another off the glass. Maybe they should figure out he's left-handed, Drew. What do you think? hits the little jumpy mid-range jump shot, another lost art in the game of basketball.
Now Holtry showing great versatility, 3 of 4 from the field. You know, how valuable is it as a young player to be able to use both of your hands as you develop? Talk about it, Jay Webb.
If you can go either way, that means teams can't set up their defense to force you left or force you right. So I would tell all players, young men, young women out there, learn to shoot with either hand, learn to dribble with either hand, and pass with either hand, because now you become more than a triple threat. You become almost a quadruple threat.
The Holtry will start the second quarter on the bench.
Well, he's earned a little bit. I mean, he's probably said, Dad, you know, when I do the yard, you at least give me a 10-minute break.
Well, this Ohio team, you know, they have not practiced much. In fact, Coach Holtry said, we practiced twice in the month of March, and we haven't practiced since. We don't practice at all.
Well, this kind of flow, you may see some coaches go to that March practice too and maybe just come and play.
You know, Allen Iverson would have loved that style of play, you think?
Oh, Allen, practice.
Now it's Dingle. Dingle had it poked away and gathered in by the Unity. Matthew King made the nice defensive play. Here's Raymond James on the pass.
Let me tell you something. Nice defense.
That was Bernard Kuma, number 23, getting his hand in on that one.
Kuma, see, that's when you hustle when you're back. It's 1-on-2, but Kuma said, hey, no way, not in my house.
Here's King, baseline. Had it poked away. May have been a foul on Roden, but it wasn't called. Here's Jared Roden. Nice look underneath the trailer. Quarren McPherson able to score. Unity try and strike right back. And they're going to get the bucket and the foul. Nick Pluta, nice strong move to the hole.
Well, Pluta made the move, huh? And if we got the replay, we'll look at this. The defender from the New York Lightning, you got to get set. Pluta comes in. That could have been either way there, Drew. But see, you make the officials make a call when you go to the hole. You're shooting jump shots, there's only one thing to figure out. Did it go in or did you get the rebound?
3-point play converted by Pluta. 4-point lead for the Ohio Unity. And it's going to belong to Ohio. Is unable to control was Kuma.
Well, right now, the offensive flow of the New York Lightning is non-existent. Lightning has not yet struck. I mean, there's some thunder, but we haven't seen any lightning.
Three-pointer missed. Coleman had a good look at it. Dingle now calling for some help. Nice crowd on hand here at the HB Fieldhouse. Had several college coaches on hand throughout the week.
Yeah, we saw everybody, North Florida, Auburn, Miami.
Saw our good friend Bruce Pearl, former ESPN analyst yesterday.
Coach Pearl and the rifleman, Chuck Person, were here.
Chuck Person could still shoot.
Oh, my Lord.
Cross-court pass now, Matthew King. Pulls it out, Coleman goes to work. Coleman, he's a big man, but he can put it on the floor.
Oh, he has those almost like European player big man skills.
Matthew King knocks down the three-pointer from the corner.
Well, that's very good ball movement there by Ohio Unity. Penetration, kicked it out to the three, and bingo. Hand down, man down.
McPherson. Now New York trying to find an opening in that Ohio defense as it was poked away from Roden. Boy, this team from Ohio has some range.
Now look at, here's Raymond James. Penetrates in, kicks it out, and he says, hey, give me some of that hot sauce.
Those are the types of three-pointers that you love, right, Jay Webb?
Right there.
Where you create, you penetrate, and then you kick it out.
You create, penetrate, and then his feet were set to catch and shoot.
How about that step back by Jordan Dingle?
Well,
that is an NBA move from a guy who's only a junior in high school.
Nice pump fake. Nice pump fake there.
Coleman can't finish, though. And it's reeled in by McPherson. McPherson from the elbow. Here's LeKay. He tries to get to the rim. Battle for it underneath. And a foul's going to be called. We're going to have 2 shots.
Well, one of the things we've seen, even though Ohio Unity is smaller, they get to the boards and make you do things. Fight there, nice block, tip, and a foul. For a team that only plays 7 deep, these guys got some grit.
Danny Ashley comes back into the game. 21-16, the Unity with a 5-point lead.
If you're at the New York Light, you got to be happy you're only down by 5.
Keep in mind, this is the consolation game. Championship game coming up a bit later. Shot off by Coleman. And now New York running again. Lots of pull-up jumpers we're seeing here, and they're starting to go down for the Lightning, and there's Jared Roden.
Well, think about it. You got Ohio Unity up by 3, and Coleman hasn't hit his stride yet.
Long shot by Coleman. He is unable to get on track from long distance.
See, if I'm Coleman, I got to put the ball on the floor and go to the hole.
A way to get going whenever you're struggling is to maybe get those easy shots to go down first and then extend your game. Oh, the follow try just off. And now here comes the Unity led by Raymond James. James, acrobatic move, will draw and shoot 2.
Well, see, young play, when you're in traffic, Drew, you cannot throw soft passes. Now look at this, comes up. Ooh, creates contact. See, that's what you do. Go to the hole. Make the Zebras earn their money.
Foul going to be on Roden. So Ohio team mentioned the fact that they have not practiced very much during this AAU season, as you get a look at James and his numbers. You know, also got to note that all of the kids on the Ohio Unity roster come from championship programs. They've either won district championships or regional titles or state championships. And when that's the case, when you have championship caliber players, you can afford to not practice very much. Everybody needs it, J-Webb, but in AAU, sometimes with scheduling and everything, you just can't practice every day. That's the reality.
Well, one of the things you're seeing is that the fundamentals of basketball are passing, defense, and execution. And that's right now what the Ohio Unity team is doing.
And teamwork. There's that execution as Matthew King lays it in.
Well, see, they're getting balls inside, and if the Lightning want to strike, they got to get it into their bigs.
Now attacking the rim. That ball's off. Ashley pulls it back out for the Lightning. 3-pointers down as Roden continues to fire away.
Well, Roden is saying, you know what, guys? I don't want to go back to New York losing a consolation game. It's hard enough on the playground to New York to not be in the championship game.
And we're going to have an offensive foul. This is going to go New York's way. So the Unity team that could very well have been playing for a championship, but they ran into an Alabama team that we're going to see later on today that was just really, really talented.
We saw 2 dunks last night that were vicious.
Another drive to the hole. This one comes up short.
See, one of the things you've seen with the Lightning, they haven't been able to finish when they have penetrated, have they?
Moultrie trying to get to the rim, and he puts it in.
Now, let's look at this once again. Which way has he gone again, Drew? Oh, he's gone to the left. And maybe people should say, let's bank on the left and see if Alec Moultrie can go right. We wouldn't know.
Moultrie, the high man for the Unity, 8 points. Seven-point lead for the Unity. That one's poked away by Holtry. Tell you what, a lot of dribbling on the New York side. Not nearly as much passing as we're seeing from Ohio. Holtry hits the deck. Picked up by James. He can't go glass. And now the Lightning want to run. McPherson attacking. Good job to avoid the contact, but couldn't finish it. Things really getting helter-skelter right now. Here's Puisis.
That could have been a dagger right there, Drew.
Roden is hit from that spot, and he'll hit another one.
You know, maybe they should just run their offense to Roden.
8 points for Roden. A couple balls have gone down from the field.
I mean, Roden has kept this game close.
Puisis pulls it out, and now it's Coleman. Coleman down low. That's where he wants the ball.
See, once again, what did we say earlier? Get down there, go to the hole.
Foul going to be called as LeKay went to the goal. We're going to get Eddie Puisis on the hack.
Well, LeKay and Roden have really been the workhorses for the New York Lightning. LeKay makes good decisions and Roden makes good shots.
Several substitutions now. Brady Wildermuth, 6'5", comes into the game.
Now this is interesting. This is where you wish there was a shot clock, because you would hope that people just can't hold the ball like that. But see, empty possession now. Ohio Unity can go down, hit 2 free throws, and extend the lead.
Raymond James will go to the line. Is that something, Jay Webb, that you think in the future should happen in high school basketball? A shot clock. It has never happened before.
Well, and the only reason I say it should is that you want to play in sort of an up-tempo way right now, and what happens is that you end up having this long decisions of possessions that really can be boring for the spectators.
That's not been the case so far, but right now Ohio will take some air out of it with 5 seconds to go. Coleman will fire the three, just a little bit long. Last second shot, put up and just short by Wildermuth, and that'll do it for the first half. So Alec Holtry leading the Ohio Unity after a half of play, 30-24. Halftime festivities coming up from Walt Disney World.
ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at Florida's beautiful Walt Disney World Resort is your amateur basketball destination. Offering multiple tournaments for athletes from Pee Wee to collegiate level, the complex also attracts NCAA coaches from top programs nationwide. To find out how your team can compete here, visit DisneyBasketball.com. The ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex is the ideal place for amateur softball, hosting annual events like Disney Softball Spring Training on top of working with organizations like USSSA and Diamond 9 events to develop competitive events for players of all ages and skill levels. For more information, visit ESPNWWOS.com. The ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida has emerged as the pinnacle of youth tournament travel, catering to the needs of the entire family. We offer a complete line of solution-oriented products and services to address the complex needs of teams on the road and the team parents who support them. To find out how to achieve vacation victory, visit espnwwos.com.
Here at halftime, 17 and under, consolation game. The New York Lightning taking on the Ohio Unity. Drew Felios, J. Webb Horton. Keep in mind, only 5 minutes here at halftime, but in the first half, it belonged to the Unity. And Alec Holtry did a little bit of everything.
Well, it was the Holtry shot. I mean, he made mid-range jump shots. He drove to the hole. He played good defense. I mean, the only thing he didn't do was sing the national anthem, Drew.
And for New York, several jumpers going down courtesy of Jared Roden. Really showed a nice stroke.
Well, Roden was the reason that they're only down by 4 because, well, once again, here's Holtry. You're looking at 9 points, 4 for 5 from the field. I mean, the kid has had an outstanding half and a great tournament.
And on the other side for the Lightning, Jared Roden, 8 points, just 1 less than Holtry. 3 of 5 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3-point range. So when we come back, we'll get ready for the second half. 30-24.
The ESPN Wide World of Sports complex on the Walt Disney World campus in Florida holds a number of the nation's top cheer and dance competitions every year, including varsity, whose national cheer and dance competitions hosts up to 300 teams annually. Get your squad the recognition and title it deserves. Visit espnwwos.com today for more information. The peak of Expedition Everest can be seen from just about everywhere around Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. It calls the brave to challenge high-altitude hairpin turns and puts you face-to-face with the snarling beast who guards the mountain, the legendary Yeti. Champion Stadium at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex has been the home of Atlanta Braves baseball since 1997. This preeminent multi-sport complex hosts athletes from over 70 countries in more than 60 sports, all in the halo of the #1 family vacation destination, Walt Disney World Resort. For more information on visiting the complex, visit espnwwos.com. When you run Disney, every mile is magic. Marathon and half-marathon races through the Disney theme parks are waiting for you at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and Disneyland Resort in California. Known for courses lined with Disney entertainment and the best finisher medalers around, Run Disney events are a must-do for veteran runners and newcomers alike. For more information, visit rundisney.com.
Amateur Athletic Union, such a fabulous organization year after year. And we welcome you back to the AAU Basketball National Championships as New York battles Ohio. There's the head coach of New York, Peter Way, trying to lead his Lightning to a 3rd place finish. This is the consolation round, but we have not seen any lack of intensity here in this opening game on ESPN3.
Well, Coach Way is trying to find a way for the Lightning to strike.
Oasis kicks it out. Coleman now drives to the goal, and he puts it in.
Well, see, there it is. He's not working from the outside. That's the 2nd ball in a row. He's gone to the hole and laid it off the glass for a layup.
Yeah, Coleman started slow, but has really picked it up since the latter half of the 2nd quarter.
Good wins.
Evan Coleman getting some Division I interest. You know, it's amazing. You look up and down these rosters. We don't have that really big name recruit guy that's committed that everybody's watching, but you have a lot of guys who could be headed to the mid-major level.
Well, see, one of the things you got to look at is that, hey, not everyone can play big-time Division I, but Division II, Division III, NAIA, JUCO, there's a lot of places that kids, if this is their passion, they can play and have a good time in college.
Roden left it short, but there's great work on the offensive board by Nathan Mensah.
Well, Mensah said, I'm going to get you some Mensah.
Now the press for the Lightning, trying to turn over this Ohio club. Coleman goes cross court. Quick shot by Puisis. That is a quick release by the lefty.
Well, Puisis says, hey, I can shoot. You know, Manoble Ginobili ain't got nothing on me, baby.
That's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like it with that stroke.
It was a catch and shoot.
Now driving to the rim and scored, and the foul. It's a great drive by Posh Alexander, who is only, if you haven't heard yet, just in the 8th grade.
Well, Posh, look at this. Hop, step, and creates the contact, and then goes up and under for the kiss off the glass.
So Alexander cannot convert the three-point play. But Alexander will play for Peter Way at Our Savior Lutheran High School, so Way can get a chance to coach the young phenom. Follow is no good, and now New York trying to trim this lead to 5 or possibly 4 with a 3. Poultry, great pass, Coleman finishes.
See, once again, Poultry showing that high basketball IQ, finding people open.
Not only dribbles and shoots with either hand, but he also passes with both hands as well. Now from the baseline, this one sails off. Poultry attacks again. Good ball movement by Ohio. They always keep things spread out. Rarely see it bunched up on the offensive end. Unity really taking their time. Now on the blocks, turnaround jumper comes up short by Pluta. Inside the follow, 2 shots coming up for Wildermuth.
Well, I remember early on when we were doing sort of the precursor of the game here, what did we say? These kids from the Ohio Unity get on the glass with a sense of tenacity, and they're keeping true to my word.
So Brady Wildermuth, 6'5". He is probably the most certain kid as far as where he's going to school. Likely going to attend Findlay College.
Nice little school there in Findlay, Ohio. Just a little south of school by the name of Bowling Green.
But outside of his likely commitment to Findlay, everybody else on this Ohio roster pretty much up in the air heading into their senior year. And it's also worth mentioning, on this New York team, you know, you've got 8th graders up and down the roster. For Ohio, there is not anybody who is less than a senior in high school.
Right.
So much more experienced altogether from this Unity team. Here's LeKay. He's been effective on the drive, and there he is again off the glass.
LeKay said, hey, I believe Drew Felios is talking about me. Let me show him something. Look at this. Creates contact, and then the kiss off the glass. And that's over a guy about 6 inches taller than him.
Saw Coleman put his arms up in the air.
Ooh.
Also something that young players have to do more and more of, improve that free throw shooting. Shot no good. Now here comes the Lightning. LeKay feeling it right now for New York. Poultry ahead of the pack, all alone. This is the largest lead of the game for Alec Poultry and the Ohio Unity, but it's quickly trimmed to 9. So Danny Ashley able to put it in, and now New York once again trying to press this Ohio team. But Jay Webb, I just don't know if they're going to be able to consistently create turnovers against a team this intelligent in Ohio.
Well, I think it's hard to press when you got someone like Poultry handling the ball. He's not going to turn the ball over a lot. Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen, but you got to take the ball in his hands.
Now they get Coleman. Coleman with his back to the bucket, double teamed. Very smartly passes it out, and we got a foul underneath on LeKay. So major size disadvantage down there right now for New York.
Well, McKay guarding Coleman that's a triple, that's a 3M. That's a massive mismatch. I mean, when I was a little guy good up against the 6'10 guys, they'd look around and say, I got a mouse in the house.
Underneath, nice lay-in. Matthew King was all alone. So defensive breakdown by the Lightning. And the lead again is 11 points. First of 4 games here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. All brought to you on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app. Turnaround jumper is up and in. That's Joe Mensah.
Well, 3:06 to go in the third quarter. We're seeing him sugaring the bigs.
Luda can't hit on the shot.
If they find Mensah more, they might get back in this game.
Here's a deep shot. Does not go down. James with the board. And now numbers for the Unity. Great move by Holtry. They got 3 on 2. Shot from the corner.
Roden with a box out. Another lost art in the game of basketball.
Oh, another turnover by New York. Not sure-handed with the basketball. King can't score, and now helter-skelter on both ends. LeKay and the Lightning. Offensive foul.
Well, once again, Holtry setting up, taking the charge, creating a turnover.
That sequence did not look good on either end.
See, young players, there's more ways of helping your team than scoring.
Pass into no man's land, another opportunity for the Lightning. New York has got to cash in some of these opportunities. Running the floor, the Unity. There's a push. Pluta goes right into the post, and he'll shoot 2.
I know some of the fans were yelling, but he didn't push it. It was a gentle tap.
Love tap?
It was a love tap. That was not what you call a vicious throw, you know what I mean?
And we saw a few of those yesterday.
Ooh, there was a couple of WWF takedowns. I thought Ric Flair, we did have Ric Flair in the house last night, didn't we?
I missed that. He was here. Figured we would have heard a couple woos.
Well, that one cheering section here had that guy was doing the Ric Flair stuff all night. And that's great. The fan support these teams get. Support of their parents and communities.
Out of bounds to the Unity. 45-34, 148 left to go in the third quarter.
And I think one of the things you're seeing here in this game is the experience of Ohio Unity and the youth of New York Lightning.
Raymond James, easy put in. That's a defensive breakdown by the Lightning. Tell you what, if you're caught sleeping defensively, this Ohio team will definitely make you pay.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Now the Lightning try and get it inside. And the big man got tied up that time. Joe Mensah will draw a foul.
I mean, 13-point lead. I'd have found Mensah a little earlier.
Off balance, off the glass by Dingle.
Well, Dingle, you know, his brother, or his uncle played at UMass with some guy named Camby, and his other brother right now plays at Temple. So the Dingles got a little pedigree going there, don't they? Little family. That must be some heck one-on-ones in the backyard.
Joe Mensah cleans up the mess. Lead has been trimmed again to single digits. Lightning try and turn up the intensity on the press. Poultry, crazy off-balance shot. That one goes down from the corner. That was Pluto, who was just all alone, and the ball wound up in his hands.
Well, in his hands and into the net.
Ashley, nice move. Really starting to see some athletic plays on both sides.
Well, you know, 10 points is not a lot, but when you don't have a shot clock, you can hold the ball. Well, let's see what the Lightning are going to do here, Drew. Cut it to 8. We got a ball game.
So the New York Lightning, with a late run, trimmed the lead to 8:50 to 42. As we near the fourth quarter, this is just the first of 4 games today at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. This is the 17 consolation, and coming up next, the 16 and under consolation as the Lightning take on the House. That's going to be a fun game to watch. And then a couple championships, the Unity and the QCAA Force, team out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And then we've got the challenge from Alabama and the Mats Mustangs in the 17 and under in the nightcap beginning at 4:30.
Drew, man, basketball. Ever since the NBA Finals, I needed my fix. I got my Drew Falios and basketball fix. All where? Wide World of Sports, Disney.
Yeah, Alec Holtry has really taken advantage of the opportunity.
Well, 11 points. I mean, outside of missing the 3, he's done everything right. And I'll tell you want someone to run your offense? That'd be my boy.
New York Lightning also have had their moments. What do they have to do to get back in this game, Jay Webb?
Well, you got to start the defensive side. You got to get some stops. And then the second thing they've got to do is they've got to pound the ball inside and make the Unity stop their bigs.
That left a little bit short. Matthew King now attacking for Ohio. Here's a slam jam bam by Nick Pluta.
Well, Nick Pluta said, hey, I can dunk.
So the first dunk of the game goes to the Ohio Unity. I think it was just a matter of time before we saw one of those.
Well, it was a nice dunk, too. He dunked. It's okay to dunk when you're wide open. He dunked over people.
And now the Unity feeling it. They go right to the goal with Puisis. 8 points for Eddie Puisis. Here's a 3 by Alexander. Can't connect. Pass it underneath, and the score by Alexander, the 8th grader.
They cut it to 10 again. They can't get off that 10 mark, can they?
Trying to turn over Ohio, but just not able to really get them out of their game fully. This New York team really relies on their big runs, and they really have not been able to go on that 8-0 run or 10-0 run just yet.
Well, you know, they've had some opportunities. They just couldn't complete it.
Another 3 by Puisis.
Well, Puisis is feeling it. He really is feeling it.
Now he's got double figures and a timeout by the New York Lightning. They want to talk things over. Largest lead of the game, 13 for Ohio.
Now see, there it is. They find Puisis. They say, lefty, let it go.
Boy, that is a nice, soft stroke.
It is a, you know what? He left his hand, his flower landed his cake. I'm telling you.
So the New York Lightning, you know, consolation games, not the easiest to play, Jay Webb, because you're not going to win a championship. You got to kind of come out with championship energy, though. You're on center stage here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports, but what do you think is going through the minds of these players knowing that third place is the best they can finish?
Well, you got to forget about the place. At this level, for these young kids, and we're talking in the 17, how do I get better every day? What must I improve on? If I want to be a high major, what do I got to do? If I want to go to college, besides my academics, I got my academics taken care of. Now I got to work on going right. I got to work on going left. Those are the things you look at. And coaches are watching you. So they want to see how you play in the face of adversity. Anybody can be up in a championship game, can't they?
New York Lightning got to get it going now, as Dingle cannot connect on the elbow jump shot. Raymond James coming the other way for Ohio.
Well, they got to make their run. Hashtag the Lightning before you get to 4 minutes.
Here's James, rejected by Lequet.
Well, there was a little contact there, but this is AAU.
Fast pace here in this fourth quarter. Raymond James, end to end. James gets his own ball back. Puisas thought about it. Right now, New York forcing Ohio to play a lot faster.
Well, and Ohio said they could play out pace if they had to, but they haven't had to, had they?
Just taking some air out of it. Use the clock with that 13-point cushion.
Your coach over there, Holtry. Be patient, you're up 13.
Mensah out there defending. Keep in mind, without the shot clock, Ohio can really take air out of the basketball. That's what they're doing right now.
I thought I looked up there and I thought I saw Dean Smith come out of the grave and go 4 corners.
Dingle off the glass. So if you're Ohio, you don't want to get too conservative here, because if you do, quickly that lead could evaporate. Multi-passes leads to the layup.
Man, the only thing Ohio Unity hasn't run the picket fence, Drew.
Three-pointer by Dingle is good. 59-49.
The thing I like about you, the New York team, they have not quit.
Nice look, Coleman, the lay-in. Timeout on the floor. So just when the New York Lightning think they're on the verge of stringing that big run together, this Ohio team, they just have an answer. So disciplined. All right, let's listen in now to Troy Holtry, head coach of the Ohio Unity.
Okay, sit down so I know who the 5 are that are in. Good job, Ray. You're out. Okay. I want. Who else is in? Evan, you take the ball out of bounds. You go to the middle, okay? We may not score a lot in transition. Now, we're still going to try. Alec, give it a look, but don't force it, okay? Give it a look, but we don't force it. And then we run offense and we possess it a little bit and we have fun running some offense, okay? You're in a hurry offensively. I ain't in a hurry. You act like we got to shoot in 10 seconds or we're not playing well. No, we're going to possess it a little bit. Team on 3, 1, 2, 3, team.
Troy Holtry, twice the Ohio Coach of the Year. Very well known, Springboro High School in the Cincinnati area.
Well, that's a hotbed of basketball. You got 2 great universities, Xavier and University of Cincinnati, and then, you know, the hidden horse there is Northern Kentucky. The D1 school now. It was in the ASUN for a while, so he can coach. But I like the fact he was telling him, you know, slow down. You know, run, take some looks, but we're up. Don't be in a hurry.
Ashley now on the perimeter. Dingle has been effective here in the second half, but can't finish that time. Under 4 minutes to go here in this consolation 17 and under division. Wildermuth, and now we got a foul on the floor.
I think it was a kick.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think I heard him say kick.
Moultrie taking air out of the basketball. See the count. He's got to get it beyond the timeline to avoid that 10-second call.
They're running the clock. Now, I don't know at what point in time the Lightning just got to foul people.
King kicks it out to Coleman. And now we finally have a foul. Also keep in mind, you will hear whistles in the distance here at the HP Fieldhouse because we do have other games going on at the same time. Sometimes when you're a player, that can kind of wear on you. You hear a whistle, you think it's yours, but it's not.
It's not, right. One of the things you got to look at is now, obviously, the Lightning have some fouls to give before they put Unity on the foul line. So once above 5 fouls, the other team shoots free throws.
Moultrie, nice look. Oh, that's a good finish, too, by Puisis. He has had just a fabulous afternoon.
Well, Puisis has been very, very, very hot.
Another three-pointer by Dingle, and he continues to show nice touch. Scramble on the floor now. New York, you can tell this is a team that is really got to go now. Troy Holtry, the head coach for the Lightning, is jumping around on that sideline. He wanted that basketball. Peter Way, head coach at Our Savior Lutheran, representing the New York Lightning right now, talking it over with his team.
I think what he's telling him, listen, we got 2 minutes. Let's try to at least close the gap, because outside of a major miracle, I don't think they're going to win this ball game through. But you got to finish strong and get ready for the next game. You know, what did we do wrong? But I tell you what, young basketball team, but very, very talented. If we're here next year, the Lightning may strike.
Making sure his players are hydrated here for the final 2.5 minutes. Drew Felios, Jay Webb Horton, great to have you with us. ESPN Wide World of Sports, the place to be during the summer. If you have not been here during the summer months, if you're vacationing at one of the resorts or you're enjoying the parks, please stop by. You will not believe the action that you see.
And up on the big Jumbotron, watch the Drew Felios highlights.
Hopefully you don't miss those as Wildermuth lays it in.
Wildermuth has had a nice half, played nice game today.
Here's a three-pointer. This is Ashley. Rebound, second try by Alexander, and we're going to have a foul on the shot. Now, we had in this arena just a few weeks ago, we had the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championship, some of the best.
And look at this, little contact, little contact in the foul there. Foul by Holtry, one of the few things that have not gone well for Mr. Holtry today. Look at that, 11 points, 5 for 8 from the field. 6 rebounds.
Two free throws for Alexander. The lead cut to 11. Ohio is led for this entire basketball game. Good passing. And Puisis has 2 more.
Puisis just padding those stats, isn't he?
He's really come alive in the second half. Brady Wildermuth has played well for Ohio. Here's another 3. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, Jordan Dingles really just let him have it in the second half.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he's keeping that Dingle name alive and well in NYC.
Dingle will be a junior next season at Lawrence Woodmere Academy.
When you got people like that, if you're his coach watching today, you're like, hey, loving him coming.
There's another 3. This one, though, doesn't hit rim. And we've got 1:29 to play, so just 89 seconds remaining. If you're the Lightning right now, Jay Webb, do you just foul?
You know, when you're down by this many points, you know what? Let the game run out and enjoy your time on the grounds of Disney.
10 points, minute 20. Seen a lot crazier things happen. As Coach Holtry just looking at the clock, hoping his team can close this one out.
Well, but see, the thing is, without the shot clock, Unity can hold that ball forever.
That's a good point. Good point.
If you had a shot clock, I'd say, hey, look out. But no shot clock, you can hold the ball for a minute 8 and the game's over. Because if I'm Unity, I really don't care if I score another point.
Lightning full court, man-to-man.
You see that? See that?
Oh, just great moves. And the throwdown by Wildermuth, and that should be the cherry on the sundae.
Ah, yes. Drew Felios, a reference to a dessert.
Gotta have one of those. Another move by Jordan Dingle. Oh, bad pass stolen by Alexander, and 2 more for the Lightning.
Timeout, White.
So in the first half, it was all Alec Holtry, number 20 for Ohio. The second half, it's been mainly the Puisis show. He has just been outstanding.
He go, hey, Alex, excuse me. You know, the first part of the movie was yours. I'm going to close the show.
Okay, you still have 2 timeouts. They're both yours.
69-61, 8-point lead, 35 seconds to play, and inbounding will be the Unity. So keep in mind, coming up next, 16 and under consolation, and 2 championship games that we're going to see today. Great effort by Peter Way and the New York Lightning, but it appears as though they're going to come up just short. Holtry gets it in. Coleman. And now Puisis handling for the Unity. We got a foul. And looks like we're not in the penalty just yet. And now it looks like we're going to have free throws. Holtry will go to the line for Ohio. So really seen a team that very easily could be playing for a championship in the Ohio Unity. And the team that beat them, Alabama, really beat them yesterday pretty good. So it just kind of gives you an idea of the type of talent that we're going to see from this Alabama team.
I think one of the things we saw yesterday was the ability of Alabama to pound it inside.
And you know, Jay Webb, in my estimation, I think the Crimson Tide are going to be the next powerhouse in the SEC with Avery Johnson. He has brought so much to that program and to Tuscaloosa.
You know, they say Alabama is almost its own nation in terms of sports, and Avery Johnson will do a great job there. Great coach.
Yeah, already doing tremendous things. As Jared Roden now steps to the line, 7.5 remaining here. And we got 2 shots. So we've got a couple teams ready to take the court. Here at center court of the HP Fieldhouse. Very busy place. We've got also several young ladies, softball players, watching the action here. This is definitely where you want to be. Final shot for the New York Lightning. And that's going to do it. The Ohio Unity will go on to win 69-62. Well played on both sides, but a little too much experience and talent for Ohio, Jay Webb, and in the end they get it done.
No, very much so. That was the difference, was their experience, and Holtry, and then Puis sort of said, you know what, New York, enjoy the animal kingdom, because that's the only thing you can enjoy after the game today.
All right, still got 3 big games left to go here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Our next one, 16 and under consolation game. The Lightning take on DeHouse. That should be fun. And then coming up at 3 o'clock, the Unity from Ohio, 16 and under championship game, take on the QCAA Force team from Charlotte, North Carolina. Challenge and the Mustangs in the final game of the day at 4:30. So tons of action still to come, but for right now, congratulations to the Ohio Unity, 17 and under. They finish in 3rd place, led by Alec Holtree and Eddie Puisis. For Jay Webb Horton and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Drew Felios saying so long from the ESPN Wide World of Sports, and we will see you again in about 25 minutes.